Trick Room Regieleki, Tapu Lele Choice Band, Rock Polish Swords Dance Ferrothorn, Choice Band Hustle Togekiss, Sheer Force Room Service Gyro Ball Darmanitan, and King the Trick Room Setter. This is the team I came up with just now, as I do with just about all my videos. Super original. We're using really bad sets on really good mons. I've done this for a lot of videos, but not to this extent. I mean, it's 200 speed. I had to do it. The moveset, I was kind of just doing this for the Trick Room. Unfortunately, it doesn't have moves to really take advantage of that, so I just put on some generic electric moves and Explosion. This is the one standard thing, I'll admit. I apologize, we do have one standard thing on here. We've got King the Slowbro because we have to somehow get a reliable Trick Room up because the rest of our team really relies on it. We've got Room Service, which I don't think... This is probably the first time this has been used in OU. Tapu Woman here, Choice Bands. Unfortunately, if we go to look at its physical moves, it really gets nothing. And so I had to settle with Giga Impact and then just Nature's Madness to just fill in that last slot. There we go. I've used this thing before. It's surprisingly good. I say that about a lot of these dumb sets. This one, we'll see what happens with it. It's been good for me in the past. I at first had Curse here, but unfortunately it has to be, it can't be Hustle along with Curse just by the nature of Gen 1 and 2 ability transfers, things like that. Although maybe the ability patch in Crown Tundra should change that at some point. Right, we've been over this, Focus Punch, Trick Room, Band, Setup, and Scarf. The nicknames are meant to kind of throw people off. Of course, I'm sure most of you have gleaned that already. This thing's standard, we can just kind of ignore that, it's even part of the team. But Zen Mode here to trick people just to thinking that it could be Zen Mode. Flinchist, this thing has no flinch moves, it's Hustle, it is not even close to a flinch Togekiss. Tycoon, not a offsetting nickname here, just something that my original nickname for it. Tapu Woman, and then Scarf. We are valid for OU, and so let's get some battles and just see what happens here. Alright, and as we head into our first battle here, we see a standard enough looking team. You've got Moltres, which is cool to see. I'm going to lead off with our Tycoon here, as you lead with your Tapu Koko. Alright, you could go for Taunt to avoid a Stealth Rock. Lead Koko could be Screens, so alright, you don't Taunt. That looks like potential Specs damage, although we aren't defensive Ferrothorn, we are offensive setup Ferrothorn. So it definitely does a lot there. Moltres comes out and we only deal 10%. I'm gonna go out into King here. Burn up Rocky Helmet. I'm gonna set up a Trick Room. Of course, you get the burn, you can get our Citrus back up. Now that we have this up, I'm just gonna teleport out of here. And it looks like this gives us the perfect opportunity to go into our Scarf, even as it's even mixing me up, but no, our Iron Ball Regieleki, which will actually go slower in the Trick Room because of our Iron Ball here. Unfortunately, you've got Zygarde to take anything. I'm gonna press Zap Cannon. We make it work. Okay, we can make anything work here with these sets. Even Trick Room Regieleki. we've got him in the chat. He knows that something is up here. I don't know. I can't give away my secrets. This is meta defining. I'm not gonna just leak this, although I'm making a video about it as I speak. I'm gonna press Zap Cannon again. I still should go slower than him. And I'd imagine, yeah, unfortunately we can't get all the power that we want. We can't be Specs. We have to settle with Iron Ball just so the strategy works. We miss our Zap Cannon. You hit us with a Dazzling Gleam doing way too much damage. I'm gonna go for it. You go into Zygarde, interesting. So we did hit that one anyways. You should be faster than me now since since our Trick Room is gone.
Kaboom!
We can bring in either our Togekiss or our Tapu Lele. The Togekiss does have a higher attack stat, so I'm just going to go for that. We've got a mix of Hustle and Choice Band. Lagging Tail actually I think makes you move slower. No, not slower, but last in your priority bracket, so I don't think that would have affected the Trick Room. But yeah, this guy in the chat is commenting on it, and I appreciate that. He knows it's cool tech. Okay, Tapu Koko. As we do 81% with our Play Rough. Wow, that's awesome. That was way more than what I was expecting. Unfortunately, since we are Choice Band, we can't just hit him with the extreme speed at this point. But that's really funny to see. What was that? Yeah, 81% off of Choice Band Togekiss Play Rough. As I've mentioned, I don't want to repeat myself from other videos. Running sets like this is what keeps Showdown fun for me. I couldn't just make videos about standard OU. Like standard OU and standard competitive sets, it's not interesting to me. But this stuff, this is the new wave, I'm telling all of you right here. Let's go for a knockoff with Ferrothorn, as your standard Regieleki is unfortunately going to take us out there. Since everything else is way too slow, I know an Electro Ball would kill everything, so I'm going to go ahead and use Psycho Cut. Koko, that's fine. We'll get rid of that, beautiful. And you go back into Regieleki with your terrain. I do like Zen against the Melmetal, against even the Toxapex with Earthquake. Yeah, I appreciate I doubt I have this video cropped so that you can see the chat right now until it goes up a bit more, but the guy's just saying I love your team, and I gotta say I appreciate that, because some people just say, what the hell is this team? I hate this, and beg me to forfeit or something, and call me trash and stuff. But people who appreciate the team, that's cool, that's cool. I don't really see where King is useful anymore, and so we will let you go down. You don't have the power to switch your terrain anymore since Tapu Koko was down, and now that we are in here, your Melmetal is very scary to us. I feel like you'll switch into Melmetal here. You don't, and that will cost us the game. Yeah, I suppose they didn't have a reason to expect I was locked into Psycho Cut, even despite seeing the rest of my team. Of course, we cannot cut that battle out. I mean, all of our team members, they did kind of their job. I mean, we got some nice reactions from the guy in chat. We got, oh god, we've got a rain team now. But what I was saying, we got our Play Rough with Togekiss, and we got some really good. That was just a overall solid battle. I'm gonna lead off with our Tapu Lele here, as I would imagine you switch into something such as Crawdaunt, or most likely Ferrothorn. And on the case of Ferrothorn, I'm going to use a Nature's Madness. Perfect. Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense for you to lose your Rain Setter from the start. You use your Ferrothorn, I'll switch into mine. Unfortunately, we get our leftovers knocked off. This setup Ferrothorn, it does surprisingly well against rain teams and opposing Ferrothorns, because, yeah, exactly, Ferrothorns think they can just set up and that the other Ferrothorn can't do anything scary. But no, not in this case. Beautiful. Oh, you keep setting spikes. This is what I like to see. We are just going to, unfortunately, now that we have our leftovers knocked off, that puts us in a not good position in general, because it means that we can't just hit him with knockoff. We have to kind of set up so we don't take any Iron Barbs damage, and while we do that, you're getting leftovers recovery. So I doubt we'll be able to win with this here, but nevertheless we will be able to kill this Latias. Latios. Beautiful. Expert Belt, that is gone, and we have our +4/+4 Ferrothorn out on the field right now. Barraskewda. Oh no. I think we just lose here. Yeah, you're Swift Swim, and there's no way we can outspeed that. That is the unfortunate part about this Ferrothorn. Since we are hyper offensive, I think we have a bit of HP invested in it, but we can't live things like a close combat from this. I seriously doubt. I don't see a place I can set up. I don't think I can bring Ferrothorn in on anything else here and win with it later in the late game, so I'm just gonna sack it here. You don't even have close combat, or you thought I'd switch. And now we win. Right? And now we win, I think. Because what can you do at this point? We may not win entirely with the Ferrothorn here, but we've kind of crippled your team with this. We live that, we don't get confusion, and I'd imagine you switch into your own Ferrothorn here to kill us with your Iron Barbs, but no, okay, that's fine. Pelipper's gonna take us down, but look at the damage. We led with that Ferrothorn, or did we? Right, there's this chat feature right here. We did lead with Tapu Lele, but Ferrothorn did all the work here. The rest of our team has taken no damage, except for the spikes that we're about to take, but look at that. I mean, just overall a really solid start to the game. 10 turns, crippled his whole team. Play rough Tapu Lele, beautiful. Alright, you go into your Crawdaunt. Why would you do that? You know, why would you do that? I'm Choice Band into Play Rough. You have no reason to suspect it's a Choice Band, of course. But you can't use Aqua Jet. We've got Terrain up. Yeah, you can't use that. We are getting a kill with... We're getting 2 kills with our Play Rough Tapu Lele. We are getting a forfeit game 2 after Ferrothorn washes through the team and Tapu Lele just cleans up at the end after a failed Aqua Jet in Terrain. Yeah, I'll admit, I'm not on the ladder. I am not a high ladder player by any means. I typically am around just under the ladder, 1500s to 1700s in certain tiers, like OU and Nat decks, but let's lead off with Flinchist here. We haven't used you enough, and the time we did use you, you did that. Oh hey, someone recognizes me. This keyboard, man, I cannot type on it. I'm gonna start off with extreme speed, see how much we can do. 62%, not bad. We do live that. Honestly, I wasn't thinking there. I was thinking we'd just die. That's always really nice to hear. Beautiful, we've got that back in the chat. I'm gonna go for another one of this, as we miss because of our hustle ability, but that is fine. Pheromosa gets your speed boost, and now maybe I could bluff my potential Scarf here. You know, maybe that could be interesting. I named it Scarf for this exact reason. You do have Zygarde on your team, of course, and in that case, what I'm gonna do is just go into King here. If you go for any move, U-turn, okay. Yeah, that made more sense than a high jump kick for sure. You go into your own Regieleki here. I don't really want to let Tycoon take the damage, although I want to keep Slowbro alive because Trick Room looks really good against the rest of his team. Volt switch out into Blaziken. Yeah, fire types are a lot more common in the current OU around just what I've noticed recently, and so Tycoon definitely not having a good time among all of that. Although I'll just go back into Slowbro, you high jump kick, that's fine. This gives me the chance to set up our Trick Room, and I'd imagine you either probably switch out into Regieleki, Pheromosa, Zygarde, anything really. Yep, you go into Regieleki. I don't know if a Scald can kill, to be honest. Although, my only other option would be switching out by teleport and then taking the damage anyways. You go into Zygarde, 25%, not bad at all. I'm gonna teleport out of here. Beautiful, and now what we can do is, while this Tapu Lele isn't meant to be Trick Room Tapu Lele, I don't see anything that Zen can do against the Zygarde, so I'm gonna go for you. Right, Tapu Woman, let's bring you out, and Play Rough. Melmetal is always so scary here, but I'm just gonna click Play Rough anyways. Wow, okay. Yeah, I wasn't exactly thinking you'd go Melmetal because I know its special defense isn't great, and so Moonblast would still do a chunk, but it did make more sense than anything else. That's some good damage for us. and now we are not in a really good position. Although we can get our knock off the leftovers, body press, that's fine. We can just get as much damage as we can on the way out with this Ferrothorn. Perfect, and we just whittled this Melmetal down to 34, which will put it in range for pretty much anything at this point. Even nothing from Tapu Lele, unfortunately, but definitely from Darmanitan. Flare Blitz. You could go into Zygarde, although Melmetal is kind of useless to you at this point, so I wouldn't really imagine you switching out exactly. There's the Zygarde, which is... It did use Toxic, so I'm not sure what this set is. Coil, Toxic, I'm not sure if it gets Body Press, but maybe just Coil, Toxic, Substitute, 1000 Arrows, something like that. I'm just gonna press Focus Punch, I want to use the move. Wow, we lived either way. Yeah, definitely not the best decision by me by any means. Let's fish for the burn maybe. Flare Blitz, you set up a sub. Thank God we can fade it away. And now that Melmetal is gone, Play Rough takes lives. Play Rough just takes lives at this point. Regieleki, can we hit it? Beautiful, thank God. Clefable, I'd expect this to do just about half. Yep, just under, that's fine. You could go for a Protect here, and I'll just go into Scarf. Calm Mind, wow. It may have been better. I think Psycho Cut is gonna be what wins us. What let us...
Shut your stupid...
I cannot speak right now, I apologize. What lets us win against Clefable because of those critical hit chances and the Psychic Terrain being up. Man, Zap Cannon. I cannot settle for Iron Ball Regieleki. I have to go fully. I just have to completely ruin everything and go for Zap Cannon too. I'm gonna Explosion here because this Clefable is looking really threatening. So I'm gonna bring you back in as you can set up your terrain, and hopefully we can hit a few critical hits, but I think this game may have us beat. We may be lost here. We hit our Psycho Cut, and the Moonblast thankfully doesn't take us out. Can we get a crit? Oh, you're just gonna heal up a bit more. A crit should kill. This has a high chance for a crit. Tapu Woman, can you do it? No, unfortunately not. At least now I have something to say and, an excuse to give on why we lost this match. I can say, oh, we would have won had we crit there. But yeah, they said GG. I'm not gonna let Slowbro die. King, you've done a valiant effort so far. Yeah, let's forfeit there. We took more losses than we did wins, although even in some of the losses, using this type of team, using these type of strategies was fun nevertheless. The wins that we did get were really cool, like that second game especially, where Ferrothorn just caused an absolute train wreck for the other team. That was so cool to see. 81% Play Rough, Togekiss, and with Extreme Speed, that I wouldn't be surprised if that could turn into something genuine. There are better mons, of course, but that surprise element can definitely be a key thing in any battle. But who am I kidding? I am running Iron Ball Regieleki. Do not take any competitive advice from me. That's it for this video, and I will see you all next time.